Redstone on YouTube looks very easy until you try it for yourself. I swear I had no idea what I was doing. But to end this once and for all, I'm giving myself 7 days to master redstone, from the basic to the complex contraptions. But before we get into the complicated stuff, I'm gonna start off by making something as simple as a hidden staircase, just to prove that I know a little bit of redstone. Now this is what I managed to make. It's not a secret because you can see the holes. But I would say this is pretty good progress, considering we're only on day 1. Next up, I'm gonna try to make a working doorbell. But keep in mind, these are just the basic builds. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna build something crazy.
Bro, that's crazy.
But first, we need to make a doorbell. And I'm just gonna pretend this is a huge engineering project, even though it's just a few blocks of redstone. Now imagine, you ring someone's doorbell. But the cool thing about this doorbell is you can change the tone however you want. Therefore, it can also sound something like this. But now I'm gonna build a wireless redstone contraption. And if you don't already know, these skulk sensors can detect sound. So with the help of these sensors, I built this villager torture machine 9000. And when the villager decides to move, well, that's gonna happen. And for our last build for day 1, I decided to build an alarm system. Just imagine this is your house, and some intruder is trying to break in. But luckily for you, this alarm system will start screaming for help. And with that, day 1 is complete. Now for day 2, I decided to start off the day by making a tiny bomber plane. Now this plane does not look the best, but at least it works. However, I need to manually light the TNT. So to fix this problem, I thought it would be a good idea to combine a flying machine and a TNT duplicator. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. So after watching multiple tutorials, I came up with this. Alright, so I made this bomber plane 9 million and it will destroy anything that comes in its way. Help me! Now the next contraption is probably the most interesting yet. But first, you should subscribe because we are very close to beating Naru's population with our subscribers. For the next build, I decided to make this parkour course, which is completely based on redstone. These jumps may look simple at first, but all of these are precisely timed with redstone. And even a single second of delay can ruin the whole thing. Oh, anyway, on day 3, I didn't have much time left because I got a bit distracted. So I spent the rest of my day learning about hoppers and how they work. However, when I tried to test out my skills, things didn't go as planned. Alright, so when I put stuff in this hopper, the villager should fall in the lava. Wait, what? The trapdoor was supposed to open. So after getting the anger out on the villager, I got even more hopper knowledge. This time, I went with building an item sorter. Alright, so I have spent more than 2 hours learning about hoppers. And this test will determine whether I'll continue this video or start a cult against hoppers. Luckily for hoppers, it works. On day 4, I saw one of those animated fans. So I decided to build one myself. Even though it's just an illusion, it looks so real. Now I'm gonna try to make a bigger one, which was not a good idea. However, after watching this creator's tutorial, I tried to make it once more, and this time it was actually working. This looks much better than the 3x3 fan that I made. Alright, enough spinning fans. Now let's move on to something which actually moves. Minecarts. I want to make a system that can detect different minecarts and send them where they need to go, automatically. Now the idea is that the minecarts with more than one item will go left, and the empty minecarts will go to the right. And this system does exactly that. However, it's much simpler than it looks. It detects whether the minecart has an item or not and powers the redstone accordingly. So if I put something in this minecart and push it, it should go to the left. And if I take the same minecart except it's empty, it should go to the right. With that being said, day 4 comes to an end. On day 5, I woke up very confidently and decided to build a 3x3 piston door. Sounds simple, right? No, this is where the redstone starts bullying you. I thought it was just a 2x2 door, just a bit bigger, and I made this. So after watching tutorials, I came up with this. Let's see if it actually works. Yep, it does. Now let's make something cooler. I'm gonna make a nuclear bomb. In Minecraft. Yeah, I had to clarify that. So here's the plan. Every village house will be filled with TNT. And all of it is connected underground with redstone. Now to detonate it, I have to hit an arrow at this bullseye. Any second now. That was insane. Day 5 wasn't over yet, so I decided to build one more contraption. It didn't work. Bruh. But then I accidentally built this. Let's check this cannon out, which was a complete accident. It shoots 2 TNT, that's insane. And just when I thought it couldn't get harder than this, I was very wrong. Because on day 6, I made a Morse code machine, which literally talks to you. But first, we need to do the redstone. And believe me or not, this is the most difficult thing I've built so far. If you don't know what Morse code is, it's a method to send messages using 2 signals, dot and dash. This is so cool, check it out. So this is dot and this is dash. First, we're gonna go to dash and let's see how many dashes are there. 1, 2, 3. So those were 3 dashes and that means oh. Now we count the dots. Those were 4 dots, that means it was an H. So you know what that means? Yeah! Alright, this build took most of day 6, but I still had some time left, so I built this thing, a redstone weather forecaster. Now this thing powers lamps according to the weather. Now if I set the weather to rain, it should light up after some time. Oh, told you. Now the reason that took so long was because the cauldron takes forever to fill up. Next up, this is supposed to tell us if it's a thunderstorm or not. It should light up now. Yeah, basically how this works is when lightning strikes this thing, it powers the lamp. With that being said, day 6 comes to an end. Now this is where things get serious. So for the final day, I had to build something crazy. Mini games? So I started by making dunk tank. Basically, you have to hit the bullseye for the villager to fall in the lava. And the cool thing about this is that I've made it so that whenever a villager dies, a new one respawns, which makes it completely automatic. Next up, I made this hopper gamble minigame. Basically, you throw in an item and the hopper decides your fate. And I filled the dispensers with the weirdest items. Next, I made the button roulette, but it's not as scary as it sounds. This room has a ton of buttons, but only one is correct. The rest just do weird stuff. Bro, what? But now it's time to show it to redstone experts. Yo, what's up guys?
Hello, yeah, I'm the redstone expert. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys.
Anyway, so I've spent the last 7 days learning redstone.
You could do better, but that's good, yeah.
Let me show you my builds. This is supposed to be a fan. Now, if you go further away from it, it looks like a fan. Let me start it up.
Oh. La la. That's good, that's cool.
This is a weather forecaster. It's completely powered by redstone.
Weather.
If I set the weather to rain, now it should fill up after some time. While we're waiting for that, I'm gonna show you the thunderstorm feature. Alright, now that it's a thunderstorm, this should light up.
Bruh.
Oh, I told you. Next, this is a parkour course which is completely based on redstone. What are you doing, bro? This is how you do it. Stop. Wait, what? Why isn't it working? It was working in the single player world.
Try.
Yes. You guys probably love torturing
Am I gonna
villagers,
love it?
don't you?
I lost this.
Once you hit
I'm
this
the
target
villager.
block, this villager falls off. Guys, what are you doing?
That's cool. I like that.
Choose any, like, column. Now throw the ticket inside it while standing on the yellow block.
I did.
Works.
that was
Why
not
don't you
good,
try some?
but-
Oh!
Right.
Now next, this is the last contraption. You have to press the correct button. Don't spam
Oh,
the
that
button,
looks good.
Skins. Stop checking the dispensers.
It's this one. I'm too smart.
Oh, that's
That
cool.
works.
Alright, you guys win. So what do you rate my skills out of 10?
I know
can
people who do insane stuff, and I think 4 is pretty generous.
4?
Like, it's halfway, basically. Nearly halfway.
I'll give you a 7.9.
7.9. And what about you, Works? If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe. And in this video, I made Minecraft's weirdest biome.